This video contains spoilers for BattleBots 2020. If you're still watching, that's on you. Last year I made a video about which robots would become Hexbug toys, and I managed to correctly predict a couple of them, Duck and Rotator. And as the BattleBots are back, it's time to do that video once again. Welcome to my 2021 Hexbug predictions. First up, let's talk the main line, the rivals. I've got 5 predictions, let's run through them. My number 5 pick is Malice versus Shatter. This was an excellent back and forth fight, both robots gaining the advantage at some point, and both robots taking damage to their weapons. However, it's outside of this fight I want to look a little more. Malice did some amazing work in its fights, going 2-1 in the regular season, whereas Shatter is still yet to have their final fight, but is currently sitting at 1-1. Unlike the Tombstone toy, Malice features a unique weapon. It's a drumette, something that the team, I believe, made up. There's nothing else in the field quite like it. Shatter, meanwhile, features ablative armour and some very fancy driving with their mechanism wheels, something that may or may not be able to be replicated in the toy. The mechanism wheels aren't the only reason I think this set may not get made. There's not much room in Malice for the electronics and batteries, so watch out, we may not see this one. In at number 4, it's Ribbot and MadCata. Both of these teams are in their second year of BattleBots, and both of them have made big names for themselves. MadCata is the first robot this season to go 3-0, while Ribbot really shocked us all with a big win against Endgame last season. This year they're sitting at 2-1 with wins against Tracer and Axolotl. These robots and these teams never fail to be entertaining, the MadCata team notably pointing and staring into our very souls every single fight, staring down the competition, and always with the wrestler mentality. Ribbot, meanwhile, have been on a bit of a mean streak this season, tearing into the opponents when they're probably dead. They've learnt a lesson that you can never be too careful. I can't see many downsides to this pack, other than the fact that MadCata sort of looks like Bite Force. My number 3 choice is Kraken versus Black Dragon. Kraken have faced tough opposition this season, to say the very least. All 3 of their opponents have been top 16 competitors, and it's difficult to not see them with a Hexbug toy this year. It's a unique design, one that we've not seen before in a Crusher. It's green, it's got a character. Once again, it's shown to take the hits and never fail to be entertaining. Black Dragon comfortably made its way into the top 16 last year, going via Desperado, although I don't think they really need to. These two bots came together in the second episode of BattleBots 2020, with a real back and forth. Kraken showed dominance with its Crusher, Black Dragon showed driving power and good spinner action. This 2-pack would be an amazing one, but with limited space inside the chassis of Kraken, that might be the only downside to why it might not get made. My number 2 pick is Hypershock versus Endgame. Yes, Hypershock is on this list, and I'm guessing you're not surprised if you know me at all. I love Hypershock. It's such a fun design, it's such a fun team, they never ever ever fail to be entertaining. Even their losses are good fun. Endgame, meanwhile, the young upstarts with a point to prove, and proving it they are doing, most certainly. Their fight record may not reflect it for either of these bots, but they are definitely worthy of toys. They're fighting later this season and I'm very much looking forward to it, but looking back, their fight against Tombstone would be an obvious choice for Endgame to get a toy. Nobody does that to Tombstone. Nobody. Why might they not do this set? Well, it is 2 vertical spinners, and Hexbug like a bit of variety, but I'd be happy to see these 2 robots with any other teams. Now for some honourable mentions. I don't think any of these bots are getting made, and here's why. Copperhead has had a really good run this year, but against slightly weaker opponents, so maybe not this time. Sawblaze and Whiplash would be an amazing 2-pack, but the articulation of the spinners means that it's more complicated. The same goes for Scorpios, unfortunately, another Tombstone killer. Hydra has been too controversial this season. Any other time, maybe. And Gruff, well, I just don't see their flamethrower copying across to a toy very well, do you? In at number 1, Uppercut versus Bloodsport. This is a fight that hasn't happened yet, but I'm hoping that it will. With the way that these 2 bots are going, it absolutely could. Bloodsport currently sitting at 3-0, a sure foot into the round of 32, and Uppercut has 1 fight remaining, but at a strong 2-0, having defeated both of their opponents by knockout. Uppercut is a very unique vertical spinner. It has a bit of character. It's managed to punt a Gemini twin out of the arena and then tried to do the same to Sawblaze before it did mad flips in the arena and then produced the largest explosion BattleBots has ever seen. That is really something. Bloodsport, meanwhile, has been shredding up the competition, doing all it can to stay alive and take out the best that the sport has to offer. This is these two bots' second year, and remembering that last year Uppercut took out Bloodsport in the play-in match, it could be an interesting rivals pack to do. In addition to the rivals this year, I can see Hexbug making a Walker Chomp. They already have the technology to do it all, they just need to pull their finger out and actually make it. That'd be great, thanks. And of course, with a new BattleBots floor this year, I can see there being a new BattleBots Arena playset to feature the new logo, new starting squares, and new pulverizers too. So those were my predictions. What are yours? Tell me in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, I hope you give it a like, and I hope you subscribe to the channel if you are new. Thanks for watching, and I shall catch you sometime for something else.